I am the red tail, climbing and soaring through your sky with the sunset on my feathers, with your friends all getting high.
It makes me very happy to return to Canyonland in southern Utah. I was a ranger in the Maze District, which was the newest and most remote part of the park.
There grows beauty.
And maybe I'm handicapped, but what the hell? Why not keep trying?
I am the red tail, climbing and soaring through your sky with sunset on my feathers, with your friends all getting high, oh, getting high, all getting high. Trouble with you, Detweiler, you're so damn slow. Hurry up.
I'll race you down the hill.
When I'm dancing with a monster, multiple sclerosis, it's sometimes necessary to rely more heavily on people than you want to. And in my case, I'm very fortunate in having friends like Scott Detweiler.
Get that thing put together. Let's go chase women.
I couldn't keep up with you.
I think that every time I was in the country, I felt a oneness. It doesn't come to you in a blinding, blue-smoldered, born-again flash. But it's just a kind of a peacefulness to be there. Listen to the silence, the language of silence. Multiple sclerosis took away my ability to walk and carry on in the wilderness. That was okay because I had my music to console me. But now it's taken away my music, taken away my hands. Probably the thing that bothers me the most is not being able to play the guitar like I used to. That's kind of depressing because one thing that the guitar allowed me to do was to write songs better. I could catch songs better. But still, given the track record that I made the album with Vanguard Records, published a book with Sierra Club, worked for the New York Times, was published by the National Geographic. That all came after I contracted MS, not before. So maybe the MS was good in a way. Kind of put a gun at the back of your head and said, you've only got so much time left. Start doing something, kid.
Let's just back up right here.
Ready?
Well, I can't force my way up a trail with an electric wheelchair. First thing I start thinking in my mind is how to redesign the wheelchair that I have so that it will. It's outwitting the monster. That's what it is, outwitting the monster.
All right, now I'm going to turn up the soup. Gonna blow this.
You gonna
place.
get some air down here?
Multiple sclerosis is a damnable disease because it's so capricious and unpredictable. But because of the wonderful relationship I've had with the wilderness surroundings, it's kind of given me a staying power that a lot of persons have blown their heads off because they couldn't cope with it.
Make me a cowboy and I'll go join the world.
There's two.
Kicks me off.
I'll try to get out there and peer off the cliff in my electric wheelchair. Maybe get a run at it and try to leap the Colorado. Evel Knievel in his battery-powered, rocket-powered wheelchair. There he goes, folks. But I don't know. It's intoxicating. That country is intoxicating. It'd be nice to be able to get back out in my old ranger district and be a ranger again. I've learned how to die of thirst. I've learned how to get lost. I've learned how to find myself. Find an old travel route. Find a broken pot that the Indians dropped maybe 3,000 or 4,000 years ago. I've had that experience. So I can always go back and draw on that when things get tough.
So we'll rise up at dawn and give thanks for another day, a day in which to love again and give ourselves away. And as I walk life's winding road and follow 1,000 tracks, a quiet voice within my soul said you'll be going back.
I don't know, you see one red rock, you see them all. No, it's really pretty overwhelming. As a quote writer, unquote, I find myself very short on words. You get to see life in layers, hundreds of millions of years laying out before you in multicolored kaleidoscope of rock, rock. Now it's been carved and weathered, and it makes you feel pretty damned insignificant. Every time I see the Colorado here, I see it being sort of the lifeline that brought me and Dick Smith together. He was sort of my guide or mentor, helped introduce me to the desert. It was during a flight in one of Dick's airplanes. He was a bush pilot. As we flew along, it was very, very rough. I bounced up and cracked my head, and I heard a melody. And when we fled out of that canyon, we retreated with a melody in hand, which eventually grew then into a song called Dick's Song.
Wait, Dick! Hear the thunder pounding like a heartbeat, pumping down the flesh, blood boiling through the red mud. Roll you wild Colorado, rampage wild and free. Carve your restless song in me. I don't know why time seems to pass me by, like the river that's rolling through the silent shades of light.
I guess it's places like this that remind me of Dick, and maybe helped spawn the song Hey What's Happening, which in a sense was a eulogy for his passing. I see the colors on these rocks. I think of Dick a lot, places like this. Dick crashed. He had taken a bunch of park biologists out to study bighorn sheep, and the plane had crashed and they were all killed. And when I hear the wind blowing like this, I know that Dick's around here someplace. This is America's Acropolis. This is America's Taj Mahal. This is the grandest parts of America are right here in this primitive ruins and artwork. And this is the only record we have of man's continual spiritual and physical presence in this area for maybe 10,000 years. And these idiots come along and they spray paint it or they shoot it, use it for target practice. It's really kind of tragic, kind of sad.
1,000 years this love has grown and stood the test of wind and storms. 5 miles away, it's beyond these walls, birds fly around.
When you look at the national parks, the wilderness systems, the national forests, if anything makes America great, it's what we've done with the land. Wilderness is not a playground for the elite, and those who foist that kind of a myth off on the people, you have to examine their motives for why they're foisting it. And there's been a tremendous attempt to sell off your public lands. And I really appeal to the American public to stymie these bastards, just like you would if you saw a woman being raped on the street. They're doing some very, very evil things that will have tremendous, long-lasting consequences. One of the big arguments that all the butts who would ruin our wilderness systems use is that cripples like me can't get in and enjoy the country. Well, that's bullshit. I had my chance. I enjoyed it. I have those memories stored away to help me through the rough times. I took a girl one time into Canyonlands and took her down into the maze. And a year later, she broke her neck in a car wreck and she became a quadriplegic. She saw me in the hospital bed. What she said, she was trying to remember as much as she could, because every time it got rough, she could go back there in her mind. Well, I pity these poor bastards that don't have places like this in their mind to go back to. There are a lot of friends in southern Utah that I admire greatly. They're very stimulating. And when I get depressed or something like that, it's nice to be able to get a recharge from one of them.
Who is that?
Well, how you been feeling?
Don't look at me now. Park Service is an all-terrain vehicle.
AC is one of the few honest-to-God cowboys that I know. He was twice all-around NCAA cowboy in the country. I mean, he was top man in the country 2 years in a row.
Good to see you.
How you been?
Oh,
Huh?
this is good to get back
I
here.
imagine.
Yeah.
About time you got out of town, ain't it?
Oh, all my underwear got dirty, so I had to leave.
I would like to say that we're friends, but of course I was a Park Service ranger, see, and AC and his family all looked askance at government workers. But I think that probably one of the finest tributes I've ever had was AC asked me to come and to sing at his father's funeral. AC wanted Birds Fly Around Her. I said, well, how about something like Color Crayon Morning or something easier for me to play? Got down there and he had the damn Birds Fly Around Her printed out on the funeral programs. He was going to have Birds Fly Around Her, or he was going to have my ass, you know? But it was wonderful. That was one of the greatest honors I think I've ever had, singing at Art Eckert's funeral. Yeah, the Color Crayon Morning. That was written by my grandpa, about my grandpa Sam and my grandma Pansy. Sam was kind of a tender man, but he wasn't a very eloquent man necessarily. He was a man of the soil. So he used a grandchild's box of color crayons to describe the colors that he saw. Early in the morning when he woke up, and he left the room very quietly so that Pansy could sleep a few more minutes.
Oh God, how I love this woman. God, I love this land. And I'll love 'em, God, until I die, with the strength from these calloused hands. So I'll rise and softly close the door, then step outside to breathe the air and not disturb the colored crayon morning in her hair. Lily, my wife, she's really a tremendous artist. All the same time she's being nurse to me, and she's working. She's doing 3 things and doing them all very well. She was preparing her master's show. She's going to finish her master's degree before I do. When I don't drag her to the desert, is it because I wouldn't like to have her there? It's because I realize that she's getting something that she needs too, in her own place, in her own space. Heat and my monster don't mix well at all. And so I come up here to cool off, and when it's cool down on the desert, I'll go visit the desert. All life is, after you contract this damnable disease, is a constant series of flanking attacks. And I think about the old Marine Corps days, and our old sergeant instructor used to say, well, if it's really bad candidates, think positively. Tomorrow it's going to be worse.
What do you think, Sky?
MS can do all kinds of strange things. I've been blind in my left eye, and I was blind for 1 month in my right eye. Fortunately, the vision came back. It's such a capricious disease. Sometimes it'll drop into remission, and hopefully I'll be able to walk. It's put a lot of pressure on Lily. You would have to say it's made it closer just to have her survive it. And I'm more appreciative, I think, of what she does provide. She has to rely on herself. It's made her stronger, made her more independent, more self-reliant.
Nice flowers.
Just trying to get out of bed in the morning is a tough one. Or just trying to get upright once in a while, walk a few feet. Right now, it's a victory to do 6-foot laps on the parallel bars, as opposed to 3 Tetons in one day.
You got one hand forward. Get those damn spasms and let go.
Stand up straighter.
I think I'll pull some weights.
It just sort of moves all up and down the central nervous system, picking its shots and giving you a constant source of surprises. It makes me wonder about priorities, because for the price of one MX missile, they could probably put enough money into research to rid the world of this damn disease.
I guess I'll...
Let's go down here and play in the bed, Lily. Let's go get into bed. Scuffed up the walls again.
Hey, little girl with gypsy eyes, won't you step inside my mind so I might learn to know you more and love you always, gypsy of my mind. But my mind's been changing with the times, and I see you now with clearer eyes. Well, I thank God that you're still here to give me hope and stay to share my life. It's been a long time coming, baby, but I guess it's better this way. It's been a long time coming, but I know our love is growing, getting richer every day. Richer every day.
Above our house, there's a ridge that we call the power spot. The power spot was originally enshrined by a Native American friend who came from one of the pueblos down south, all the way up here, when I was having a bad time, physically. And so he helped me intensify my allegiance with Mother Earth. It means that we go to meditate, watch the sun come up, and basically just watch the earth come alive. For years and years, we've had the Indians talking about Mother Earth, Father Son. We thought they were cute little cliches. They're not. They're really where the magic lies. Did you hear that hawk? God, I wish I could do it.
Rooster.
I am the red tail, climbing and soaring through your sky with sunset on my feathers with your friends all getting higher than the red tape. Up above me, there is beauty all around. Out beyond me, there breathes beauty. Down below me, there grows beauty. There is beauty all around me. You can be the red tape, a sunrise, a first glory in the sky. You'll know beauty, you'll know freedom. You'll find love and you'll be wise. Rise with red tape, strive to find all the beauty in your life. Like the red tape you caught at sunset, like the red tail of your mind. I am the red tape, climbing and soaring through your sky with the sunset on my feathers, with your friends all getting high, all getting high, all getting high.